So the Path Does Not Die by Pede Hollist. Chapter 7, Narrative Summary. Chapter 7 begins by introducing Laquandrista, popularly called Aman, a confident and outspoken young woman who takes great pride in her African heritage. She is also known by several nicknames, including Amanzinga Ulquarter. During her college years, Aman had built a reputation for being bold, fearless, and ready to confront anyone who tried to disrespect her. As time passes, Aman becomes the district manager of Be Assured, the company where Fina works, placing her in a position of authority. Next, Fina proves herself to be hardworking and responsible in her job, and her dedication quickly earns Aman's admiration. Because of this mutual respect, the two women gradually develop a strong friendship. Aman begins visiting Fina regularly, and they spend long hours discussing their lives, their experiences as African women in America, and their personal ambitions. Soon after, tragedy strikes when Fina receives devastating news from her younger sister, Isa, informing her that their mother has died. The unexpected news deeply shocks Fina and leaves her overwhelmed with grief. Aman shows compassion and stands by her friend during this painful moment. To support Fina, Aman generously gives her $1,000 to assist with the expenses of the burial arrangements. Aman is also surprised when she learns about the speed with which burial ceremonies are conducted in the Muslim tradition. Afterward, Aman expresses interest in traveling with Fina to Africa for the Sara, the memorial ceremony held in honor of Fina's mother. However, Fina decides that she must first secure her immigration status in America before traveling. She believes that marrying a black working man will help her obtain American citizenship. Aman becomes intrigued by the idea, and the two women begin attending social events, clubs, and gatherings in search of suitable partners. Later, during the funeral of Aman's grandmother, Fina meets Jemal, one of Aman's relatives who appears successful and charming. Despite Aman's warnings about his problematic behavior, Fina becomes emotionally attached to him and eventually marries him. However, the marriage soon becomes troubled. Jemal turns out to be abusive and controlling, subjecting Fina to emotional, psychological, and physical suffering. Unable to endure the situation any longer, Fina eventually files for divorce and returns to live with Aman. Toward the end of the chapter, Aman attends an event called African Names, where she meets a Nigerian doctoral student named Bayo Karumwi. The meeting sparks a new romantic connection for Aman, while Fina quietly begins rebuilding her life and reconsidering her future in America.